There exists upon the map of Europe and the East a mysterious line, straight as a heavenly ray, the sacred line of Saint Michael. 7 sanctuaries dedicated to the Prince of the Heavenly Host are aligned, as if the very sword of the Archangel had traced its path across mountains, seas, and deserts. It is called by many the Sword of Saint Michael, a visible sign of the invisible battle, a reminder that heaven does not abandon the earth, and that the children of God are not alone in the struggle against darkness. On the coast of Normandy, where the sea advances and retreats like a giant breathing, rises a rock crowned with walls and towers, le Mont-Saint-Michel. At high tide, it becomes an island, cut off from the world. At low tide, it reveals a sandy path linking the mount to the mainland. It is a place where the horizon dissolves into mist, and the light of heaven mingles with the glitter of the waters. It was in the year 708 that Saint Michael, the Archangel, appeared to Aubert, Bishop of Avranches. Clothed in heavenly radiance, the Prince of the Heavenly Host commanded that a church be built atop that mount in his honor. Aubert, a prudent and cautious man, feared deception and did nothing. The Archangel appeared again, and again the bishop hesitated. The third time, however, Saint Michael touched Aubert's head with his finger, imprinting on his skull a mark that remained until his death, an undeniable sign of the divine origin of the command. This relic is venerated to this day in the Cathedral of Avranches. With his heart moved to obedience, Aubert began the work. The first chapel was small, but over the centuries, it grew into the majestic Gothic abbey that now crowns the rock. There, prayer and stone merge into a single fortress, guarded by the Archangel. In the Middle Ages, le Mont-Saint-Michel became a beacon of faith, attracting pilgrims from across Europe. Kings and knights climbed its steps to seek protection before battle. Benedictine monks chanted psalms day and night, keeping alive the flame of intercession. The mount, surrounded by tides, became a living image of the church, separated from the world when necessary, yet always accessible to those who draw near in faith, raised upon an unshakable rock, encircled by waters that recall baptism and the new life in Christ. At sunset, when the waves close around it and the wind carries the salt of the sea, it is easy to imagine Saint Michael hovering above its towers, sword raised, proclaiming the eternal cry, "Who is like God?" Thus, in the meeting of tides and ramparts, le Mont-Saint-Michel has stood for more than 1,000 years as a sign that God visits his church and protects her with the mighty arm of his angels. Subscribe and discover the beauty of the Catholic faith.